Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is your boy Turgon the Wise coming at you with a new video today. This is my 3-week update on this crazy server that I have labeled the greatest server of all time. And it is in some ways, I think falling short of expectations when it comes to setting the bar that high. But in other ways, it is certainly meeting those expectations as well. And I'm going to leave that at that for now. Um, as I've talked about in previous videos, I don't really want to talk about opinions in my videos for now. I'm going to save those maybe for when I do a recap of the season. But for now, I'm going to just stick with reporting the facts. I'm going to keep it simple, high level, as best as I can. Just kind of painting a picture of what's going on. And that's it. Like this is kind of like our. I don't want to say like CNN or Fox News, but that's really what I'm kind of treating my videos as. I'm just here to report um, what's happening and what has happened, the facts, and kind of stay away from um, potentially airing any dirty laundry or pointing any fingers or providing any opinions or expectations, of what I'm expecting to happen next. I don't. That's not what I'm doing. I don't want to potentially influence the server in any way, as I'm sure many people have undoubtedly noticed. I'm recording these videos and waiting some time before I post them, just to make sure that whatever information I'm conveying in my videos, by the time you're actually consuming it, it's a little bit stale. And for people who like fresh data and don't like my stale cookies, I'm sorry. But you know what? Sometimes stale cookies are better than no cookies at all, right? Yeah. So, at any rate, I'm just chilling out on this screen. I've already gotten more merit this season than all of last season, and we are about to complete our third full week of this season. Let's go take a look at what's going on with the season. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go take a look. Let's just take a look. We'll take a look at the season itself, the target. So, yep, we're 20 days in, and so um, about 12 hours from now, it's about 14 hours and 13 minutes from this moment. We'll be hitting that 21 day mark, the 3 week mark. Um, 4 a.m. in the morning for me. It's 2 in the afternoon almost here now. So we're getting there, and things are definitely heating up. Let's go to the map. Here's the map. It's ugly. Let's zoom out a little bit here so you can see the full picture. But we have 4 red pins now. A lot of action, of course, happening in the center, and then some more action happening over in the west in multiple areas. Let's zoom in a little bit. So over here we have our little purple kingdom here, RIP. They're fighting against Eilil and Order, and it looks like they are getting a little supplemented a little bit by Meta and Chaos. Over here, it's just straight up Meta and Eilil, and then Meta, Eilil, and Order over here. Down here, there's a little bit more Meta fighting Order and Eilil. Same thing going on here. And then here's the red pin, almost a million deaths. And it's all 4 of those teams that have been involved, Order and Eilil, have been fighting Meta and Chaos since the first day of the season. So just to catch anyone up who isn't familiar or hasn't watched any of my previous videos, when the season began, Eilil and Order spawned up and forward Waith, as did Meta. And by day 3, they had had enough. Eilil and Order changed their spawn location down into this kingdom down here. They've pushed over in here and up in here. They had Isengard. Um, and then Meta and Chaos had a nap with this green kingdom, which is Pran and Lame. It was a 10-day nap that has just actually, I believe, expired as of today. And so my kingdom, gods and Yudes, we fought Meta a little bit over in here ish or wherever it is. There, right over here. That's where we fought them, and for about maybe a day, and then we needed to go and assist our partners with fighting Lame and Pran and SAV, and that left Meta and gods to go and fight, focused their attention on Eilil and Order, and they've pushed them back pretty significantly. They've taken Tower Lar as well. I don't recall off the top of my head when that happened, but the taking of Orthanc happened at least, I want to say, 2 or 3 days ago. So they're continuing to push Eilil and Order out here, while also, as of yesterday, maybe around this time ish. Come on, I want to hit the flag. There we go. We started engaging with Meta and Chaos here. And you can see this pin very quickly has grown to a pretty sizable amount. There used to be a big old pin over here. I'm actually kind of surprised it's still red at all. It's down below a million. It was above 8 million for a week straight. So, and it reached as high, I think, as 9.3 or 9.5 million. And now that the nap has expired between Lame Pran and Chaos, there is some action happening up here. So that's what's going on. Very recently, Pran and Lame filled out their kingdom by taking Iron Hills and Eastern Hills Keep, as well as Hills of Rune. And that's everything, like, really, in a nutshell. I mean, I talked about the nap between Lame Pran and the Chaos Meta Kingdom that has expired. I talked about our brief encounter against Meta and then fighting Lame Pran, and now we're back to fighting Meta Chaos over around Dol Guldur, and Meta and Lame Meta and Chaos are also continuing their battle against Eilil and Order out in the west. So it's a pretty action-packed server. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of things happening all the time. It's a very dynamic server, as I've said many, many times. The balance constantly kind of teetering this way or that, back and forth, blah, blah, blah. So it's pretty wildly entertaining in some ways. And yeah, that's what's going on. Not much more really to talk about than that. Uh, I'm happy that I've eclipsed my merit total from last season, although last season was the least merit I've ever gotten in 13 seasons of playing Lord of the Rings Rise to War. So I hadn't expected it to be any kind of a challenge to eclipse it, but now that it's done, I think it's worth mentioning. And onwards from there, our opposition thus far that we fought PvP, um, there's no slouches really on this server. at least that we've faced as of yet. Fighting Lame and Pran was tough. They're a strong kingdom over here, the Green Kingdom, and then obviously this Teal Kingdom. Do you call this teal, or it's not really blue, but it's not really green? I think teal is a good way for it. Anyway, the Meta Chaos Kingdom obviously, you can see, is very very strong. They're able to sustain fighting on multiple fronts. They have the most land, I think, arguably with us. Actually, let's go check that out real quick while we're here, huh? Because we're in the midst of this sees control. So if we look at the rankings, it'll tell us who has the most. Yep, they're number one. We're number two. Game's three, and order is four. It's kind of a quiet server in terms of, like, usually you see like a bunch of little teeny kingdoms or something like that has tried to establish themselves, but it's just us, really, the top four, and then Rest in Peace came in. So it's this is what it's looking like right now. And there's never a dull moment on this server, especially if you're involved in the diplomacy. It's a lot of laughs, good spirits, a lot of smart people on this server, which is nice in a way. So that's what's going on with our. I'm sorry, I just showed our kingdom and meta kingdom. Let's keep going. We'll show you the game kingdom here. They got Kyneland and Erebor, Burrows Kala, which I just think is a funny name. Can anyone tell me where on earth they came up with that? Did they just make it up? I don't remember seeing this in any of the Tolkien literature that I've read. And I've read a pretty good amount. I've read Baron and Luthien. I've read The Fall of Gondolin. I've read Children of Hurin. I've read The Unfinished Tales. I've read all three of the Lord of the Rings book. The only book that I really should read that I haven't is The Hobbit. And the only reason why I haven't is because, from what I understand, there's really not a whole lot there that I could read that's gonna, be any different from what I already know of the story. Maybe I will someday just for funsies. Anyway, so there's their kingdom, and then Islil and Order, and then Rip. So there you have it. Um, I'm sure people might be curious in the contribution rankings. There's production, there's fellowship production, and we're all, the top five are all pretty close. I mean, within 2 or 3 tenths of a million in production is not drastically significant. Um, no one's really farming per se at this point. We're farming prestige, and there's the contribution ranking, and it's pretty fun. I'm sure there are some guys in other kingdoms that have more, and it's always in flux. So obviously, there's a lot of opportunity to get more between now and the end of the season. I mean, we still have what, 34 days? So that's more than 5 weeks. I'm sorry, more than 4 weeks, almost 5 weeks. I started saying one thing and was thinking the other and then blended them into the wrong words. Apologies there. So, yeah, we still got a lot of season left to go. We're not even halfway there in terms of time frame. Um, but again, if you come up here, there isn't a lot left. I mean, really, once this seize control expires on Saturday, this will go immediately. That'll just be done, and Dol Guldur will open. And then once Dol Guldur has been occupied, it's just a matter of someone having 4 capitals and DG. And then we've completed all of the season missions for the server. And then it just comes down to, who has all the things at the end. Who will be the winner? Will there be a winner? Beats me. I'm just here. I'm along for the ride. I'm just a humble farmer. I'm actually getting my ass kicked all over the place. I'll show you some of my reports because, ooh, sorry, that's not what I wanted to show you. That's why I wait to show this stuff till days after I record it because I don't need anyone seeing stuff. You could see like my main army is just getting tossed around like a rag doll when 1,800 troops massacre, you know, what does this add up to here? 1,300, over 1,400. I mean, he outdamaged me by 40,000, and there was some madness involved. On both sides, 23 and 69, so that's 92. Yeah, nope, not on both sides. That 4,000 went into this. Yep. So he got the madness off on me here. And considering that I outlevel him, that's pretty embarrassing. 50 speed Sauron, that'll do it. My Sauron isn't speed, it's tank. So I'll take a look at another one. This is one of my better reports, first meta. Against this player, that's actually pretty lopsided. But then again, it's like this is probably like just a tiling army or maybe for some siege or something. This isn't a fighting army, so I'm sure losing these expensive troops because they're all cavalry other than these guys. What the hell, I can't remember their name off the top of my head. The Dunedain, thank you. Now, I probably just got lucky there. They were probably getting ready to move around and deploy, and I just got lucky. And then I got completely spanked by Atmo here. Completely spanked. Let's take a look at the damage. Yeah, I mean, I just got obliterated. 63 speed. Those speedy Saurons, man, they're rough. 44 over here, so at least my Gandalf the White was faster than his by a hair, but not even close to being fast enough to. He probably stole White Council or something. And that is pretty typical for me. Just getting spanked by these guys. And honestly, that's kind of what I expected. Now, here, I'm using some cheap troops. Like, these are kind of throwaway troops versus these guys. So, even though it looks really bad in terms of the damage distribution, when you look at the resource distribution, we probably broke even because cavalry costs a lot more to make than these guys. Let's see if I can find. This is an embarrassing report. Alucard is so strong. He is definitely one of their stronger players on that team. But again, I'm just using this cheapy unit build. I'm just throwing this around, whatever. I don't care about these troops. Um, Not that I'm playing to lose by any stretch of the imagination, but some other reports. I had to take care of some business back down in the south. Let's take a look at some of these reports here. I mean, 800 troops taking out over 1,000. And this is a mixed composition here. This is embarrassing. Atmo is so strong, man. But not as strong as Rain Wizard, and this is probably the only way I can beat Rain Wizard is by bringing 6,400 against 3,000. Dude is vastly, higher level than me and vastly better gear than me when you compare. I mean, like just absolutely dynamite, completely maxed all these skills out. That is probably about as strong as a Dane can get, strong as Gandalf the White can get. Let's check out 64 speed on Sauron. That's probably about as fast as he can get. Yeah, and he's got the haste of soldiers drums on there. And then Skull Helm's just absolutely nasty. Absolutely nasty. So, like, yeah, I won this fight, but let's look at the damage distribution here. I mean, he outdamaged me by a lot, and he killed almost 3 times what I did. So, I mean, phew, nasty. And then I got completely obliterated my last 1,000 troops there. Empire, I was trying to help my colleagues that he was hitting a fort with eagles, and that didn't go so well for me. Empire is another big, strong Kraken on meta. As you can see here, they have a really strong core. Like, in case you can't guess, I have a lot of respect for this team in their fighting prowess. Now, here's a decent report here against Chaos. I have not fought much against Chaos, and I have a lot of respect for Chaos as well. Um, Although I vastly outleveled this guy, so it's not even really a fair report because, I mean, 41 versus 44, and he's not running a meta build here. He doesn't have Sauron, and he doesn't have Beorn. What's his? Is he? Yeah, he's not really running um, Elrond as a DD. He's running him for army damage. And I don't know why you're using Kingly Kin with Eagles. That's just straight up stupid, Derek. You're not gonna. That's a waste of skill points. You should have put those in Icicle so that you're getting that stun. Because without Elven units, these 10 points are completely wasted in an all Eagle formation. Just not trying to belittle you or anything. I'm trying to coach and help you there. So if you watch this video, Derek, or if any of Derek's mates want to convey that information over to him, that could be something that could, be beneficial for him to consider going forward. So that's that fight. There was a lot of fighting last night, quite honestly, and like I said, and as you can see here, I got my ass handed to me. Now, this is a rare, decent report, but again, I'm out leveled this person by 4 levels. So, like, I'm getting some decent merit, but I'm not getting a lot of XP for it. Just check out, see how. Yeah, it's okay. He's got the relic, which is nice. Takes a lot of work getting a relic on a legendary commander because you gotta get him up to mythic. I would have put it on. Is he not? Oh, he's only R5. That's why he doesn't have the relic there. Yeah, so I mean, all in all, in this report, even though I won by a lot, I should have probably done better, to be honest, all things considered. And then I got my ass handed to me by Tippy Tip. Got my ass handed to me by Tippy Tip quite a bit, as you can see here. 0-2, very strong as well. Let's look at his stuff. And I'm out leveling him too, so that's kind of embarrassing. 44. What's this trait? That's agility. Got it. Not a lot of defense, more so speed. Interesting. Interesting build there. Yep. 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 Yeah. Looks good. Looks good, 0-2. And then up here, I got lucky against rain again, hitting a fragment of his army, and he still cleared almost half of mine. And then I got smashed by Harb. And here, Lord Inquisitor Neriok. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but god damn, just fucking crushed me. Yeah, this one, I'm even using, I mean, supposedly medium units counter small units, but this is a classic example of why, like it's not like Game of Thrones where like you when you run ranged, it directly counters infantry and just smashes the shit um, out of infantry, and then cavalry smashes the shit out of ranged. It's not like that. Like the bonus that you get from these counters is insignificant, and this report really underscores that quite a bit. He doesn't outlevel me vastly, 45 to 44, but the difference is in the gear, man. I mean, look at this, all refined, all maxed out gear, running Zenith comms. I don't have that. I don't have that. So I am just happy to be able to contribute in any way towards helping my team. I'm a team player. I'm not a carry. I'm a support. Uh, yeah. Ouch. So this is an idea of what my night was like last night. It was a lot of pain, and for meta, you know, feeding them probably more than I should. But when you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Oh, here's my victory against Fen. It's the only way I'm going to beat this guy too is if I have twice as many troops in my army as him. Woo! Look at this guy. 59 speed and 236 focus. Really good, really strong. Maxed out all this. I don't know if I agree with this so much, but I mean, for the set bonus, probably worth it. I just did this. Let's look at the Sauron 60 speed. And just so you all have a base comparator, this is what I'm working with. I don't have a set bonus. I don't have anything max refined. I don't have Zenith. He's respect 13, so I don't have him any of my commanders Zenith. Beorn's at rep 10. A couple of pieces not even max upgraded, nothing max refined. Gandalf the White. None of my pieces are maxed out except for the ring. Nothing max refined. And then I'm just going straight tank build on Sauron here. A lot of defense on those Swan Knights, or whatever it is that I'm running in that position. This one is an okay one for me. 44, 44. Let's take a look at his gears. Definitely much better than mine. Faster. Yeah, yeah. He's just missing that one piece there, but all in all, he's got the max refined axe, so he's doing more damage with his Dane than me, and that I don't know how I managed to cut through that. Um, Maybe because of the swans soaking damage, enabling these guys. That's my best guess without diving into the 45-page report that you have to read to figure anything out in this game. 63 speed, fuck. Just these guys are all so strong. Phew. There's a decent report me one-on-one versus Atmo, but this is probably his second formation. This is definitely his second formation. So considering this is my main, 3 levels higher than his secondary, I just take back what I just said about this being a good report. This sucks for me. But I'll take the prestige and the experience. I'll take whatever wins I can get because um, this is, and then we're back before the fighting started. So that was everything that happened for me last night. It was a lot of fighting. I had fun, even though I got my ass handed to me quite a bit. It was still a lot of fun, and yeah. So that's how everything is going here. Let me just check one more time before I wrap this video up to see if we have any pin updates. Let's see. We're still at 1.1 here. We're still below a mil here. Nothing is really happening there. That pin should go away within the next couple of hours here. Still 6.3 million here and almost a million down here. So no changes since I started recording this. Um, Wanted to just take another moment to give a shout out to my other YouTuber friends. Uh, I'm completely seizing. I'm having a mini stroke right now, remembering their name. Azra. There you go. Azra and Fellow of the Rings. Go check out their channels, check out their content. They've got good stuff. Good mates. Appreciate all your help. And shout out to our partners, Gods. Um, it's been it's been good working with you guys this season, and everyone that's on the Udes team. I appreciate everyone hanging in there. It's been a very interesting season. Definitely much more spicy than the last season, where by this time we were basically wrapped up the whole server. So it's nice to still be on a server that is competitive going into the fourth week. And I'm looking forward to publishing this video in a day or two. And so I can provide my update out to the community and you can catch up. And of course, I'm looking forward to doing another one next week. So thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below or feel free to reach out to me on Discord. I appreciate your time and I hope the rest of your day treats you well. Take care. Cheers.